Hello, welcome back to another video. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well and staying positive. As for me, I am on day 9 of quarantine, and let me tell you, there has been a couple of days where I was about to lose it because any other time where I live at, it's snowing and it's not pleasant around this time. But of course, now that we're in quarantine, everything wants to look good and makes you want to go outside. But you know what? I'm gonna do my part of social distancing and I'm gonna stay home. And it's been so hard because laying down is not even comfortable anymore. I'm telling you, it's not even comfortable anymore. And I promised myself too that during this quarantine, while I'm off work, that I was going to provide as much content to my YouTube channel as much as I can. And let me tell you guys, it has been a struggle. So in the midst of this video, an Amber Alert went off on my phone. And honestly, for one, it scared me. And for two, it has me worried because with what's going on nationwide right now, the least thing I wish on a parent to go through right now is them not finding their child. And honestly, I don't know, it's like it gets breaking me hard right now. Like, this is the second Amber Alert since this thing has happened. And boy, I'm praying that they find their baby safe and healthy. Sorry guys, I like completely lost my train of thought. Like right now I'm kind of going through a thinking process because I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys ever take them seriously, even though everyone should. These things are like scary for a parent. Like, I mean, wow. Like I couldn't imagine. I mean, I'm not a parent myself, but I have little kids that I know, and if I was, say, one was to be lost within my care, I would be devastated and worried. Not much, not I can't even talk. Like, nevertheless, the parent of the child. You know what I mean? Like, ooh. Okay, I need a moment. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I just needed a moment to recollect myself. Literally. Anyway, so by the looks of the title of this video, you guys can already tell what this video is going to be about. It's going to be about a story time about how I met my best friends. I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but many people will walk in and out of your life, but only true friends will leave footprints in your heart. I honestly believe that quote. I saw it on Google and I really liked it. So yeah, and honestly, that's what I feel my best friends are to me. Also, there's another quote that says, the length of time doesn't define your friendship, because someone that you know for a shorter amount of time can mean so much, just as much as someone you've met for a longer period of time. I'm not sure how that quote goes, but I believe in that one too. One of my friends that's gonna go by B, her and I have known each other since 2014, so about 6 years ago. And then the other one that I'm very close to that we're gonna go by A, I met her last year and we're just as close as the one I've known for 6 years. So, I mean, like I said, and this goes to anyone, the length of time does not determine how much that person means to you, because somebody that you know for a week could have meant way more than a relationship you were for 5 years or something like that. So definitely, I have learned that, and I'm speaking it now because I'm actually living by it, I guess, if that makes any sense. But anyway, so I'm gonna start off with B. She said I could use her name, but for security purposes, I'm just not gonna use her name. But I had texted both of my best friends last night. One actually this morning, because she falls asleep early. She's like an old lady. She falls asleep early, even though I do too. While I'm at work, while I am working, I come home around 6 and I literally am in bed by like 8 or 10 o'clock. Like, so I completely get that. So anyway, but I texted B last night and I told her that I wanted her to tell me how we met and to not leave out any details. And the reason I said that is because my memory is trash. I have really bad memory. You can ask anybody I know. I just do. I forget everything. And I tend to remember things when somebody tells me, like, hey, do you remember this? Oh, and the more they talk, then the more I remember. So that's how I'm able to remember. But anyway, so I told her to text me how we met, so that way I didn't leave out any details on today's video. So we're gonna get right into that. So she tells me this is how we met, and then I'll be able to tell you guys a little more of how we met and what we used to do together and what my family can't talk with what's my favorite memory with her. So here we go. She said, all right, and I quote, B says, we met over a certain ex and you found me on Facebook and messaged me about him and if we dated or and some other stuff. And we got to talking, and I think within like a month we met, you came and picked me up with your dad, which now that part, I could have swore it was my mom that picked her up, but I guess not. And I spent the night over your house, which you lied and you told your mom we knew each other from school. Don't lie to your parents, kids. It's definitely not suggested, but I do remember now that I think about it, we were very risky at the time, because not saying she wasn't who she said she was, and I'm not saying I wasn't who I said I was, but now just imagine if we weren't who we said we were, and we were taking that chance and picking each other up for a sleepover, and we don't even know each other. Like, I remember telling my mom specifically that I've known her since, I think, elementary school, and then she moved. I don't know, I made a fictitious story. I remember that, and we had no idea what we looked like besides our profile pictures on Facebook. And I had just met her right when I just recently got used to Facebook. We were completely two different districts, so that was I'm sorry, Mama, if you're watching this. I'm so sorry for lying to you. And then she met my twin brother, and we just hanged in your room to get to know each other, and we became best friends. Now that I do remember, every time she spent the night, and she did tell me that, every time she slept over, we didn't go to sleep till 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm telling you, I told you, I know how to talk, and I won't stop talking. And I remember, I think she fell asleep, like, let's say the bed's like rectangular, like it is. I feel like she fell asleep on the corner of the bed, I want to say. And then it's like we slept in an L shape, I feel like, or like this, I can't remember, but it was awkward. But I mean, ever since then, I told her and I clicked real good that day, ever since that day. And I'm gonna throw a picture in here somewhere. She looks completely different. Not really. I feel like I haven't really changed much. I honestly don't think I have changed, but I mean, I could have at least smiled instead of looking puzzled or something, or shocked, but whatever. She also said, she's like, do you remember when we fell asleep on Skype together? Now that I don't remember, unfortunately. I really don't remember, but anyway. And then she told me that like I said, when I met her, I believe, I don't know if we were dating yet, but my boyfriend, her, and we all hung out in my room, she said, and we couldn't open jarritos. And if you don't know what jarritos are, it's like a Mexican glass pop, and it has like, you have to have a can opener to open the top. She said that she remembers when my boyfriend popped them open from a plastic piece that was hanging from my closet. And till this day, if we don't have a can opener, that's exactly how he's going to open them. So I can't believe she even remembered that. Boy. Whew. But anyway, so that's what she told me. That's how we met. Like I said, I don't have a really good memory. So that some of those parts I do remember, some of them parts I don't remember. Or I do remember, excuse me. Or, oh man, I'm confusing myself. Whatever. But you get what I'm saying. Let's see. One of my favorite memories with her, excuse me. One of my favorite memories, what is it? Oh, I know. So it was when we had a girls' date, and she took me out for lunch. I want to say she took me to Frizoli's. I don't know why Frizoli's is popping into my mind, but I remember we went out to eat. She paid for my lunch, and she paid for my nails to get done. I believe I got a mint green. If I can find that picture of ours with our nails, I will definitely put it on here. So yeah. But if I was to describe B in a couple of words, she is very courageous, funny. She has a sense of humor. She's very kind. She's very understanding. She's very sincere and very crazy, for sure. I think, and I feel like that's why we click so well because for one, I don't know. I feel like I'm weird, but a weird funny. I feel like I'm crazy in the sense that I do stuff that I might regret later when I'm with my friends. I don't know. I don't know. I'm weird like that. It's just weird. But anyway, so yeah, that's how I met B. So that's B. Now, like I said, for security purposes, we're just gonna keep with their initials. I'm gonna tell you guys about A. Now, I told you guys A. I met her last year, and we're just as close as how B and I are. She's flat out amazing. And if I could describe her, with a couple of words, she is definitely loud, chatty, extremely friendly. I mean, she does way more and does not expect anything in return. Very ambitious, kind. She's very considerate and but I mean very energetic. But what I can say both about them, or what I can say about both of them, excuse me, is they're very dependable, reliable, trustworthy, very straightforward. They don't hold their tongue for nobody. They're go-getters and they're very loyal. They're very loyal friends. And if they're watching, which I'm sure they are because they told me they would, I love them both very much and I wouldn't change them for anything. I really wouldn't. So yeah. Okay, so back to me describing how I met A. So like I said, she texted me this morning because like I said, she's an old lady. She likes to go to sleep early. So she texted me this morning and told me how we met. She said she might as well tell me now because as the days goes on, she's going to forget. And I know she probably didn't want to text me this big old paragraph, but she did anyway. So thank you. So here we go. So like I said, I'm going to quote on what she said on how we met. And I'm going to tell you little bits and parts if I do remember this. Of what I do remember, and then I will tell you guys my favorite memory with her. All right, here, and I quote. She's like, well, I think we met when I came to sign papers for your now job and now my other job. I looked a hot mess and I was loud as heck, but I think we didn't formally meet until the break room when I was like, why is this girl sleeping? Now, some of you are probably wondering, why am I sleeping? My break is an hour. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I mean, I'm a morning person, but I'm not. So when it comes to my break, I take a nap, like a 45-minute nap or so. And a lot of people tell me, like, oh, how do you do that? Because I wouldn't wake up right after that nap. Listen, for one, I know I have to go back to work. And for two, I feel more refreshed after. Don't ask me why, I just do. But then I come back home at 6 o'clock, and by 8 or 10 o'clock, I'm already going to sleep again. Don't ask me why I like to sleep, I just do. But anyway, and I kept talking to you because I didn't really know that you were trying to sleep. Then one day in the break room, you came in and you talked about how your pants ripped in the awkward spot. And when I say it was an awkward spot, it was an awkward spot. I don't know if I didn't pull my pants up all the way, but when I went to bend down, all I heard was it ripped. And it ripped, I want to say, like right in between my legs. But I don't know. They said they couldn't see anything, but I honestly wasn't wearing the right proper undergarments, and I definitely wasn't trying to take my chances, so I wanted to get changed. I remember that. She said, and I quote, I offered to give you some pants to drive you to my place, and you talked about how you only had enough gas to make it back home, and I was like, it's fine. Let's go get you some gas. And let me tell you, I can't believe she gave me $20 to fill up my tank. Bless your heart. She said you were hesitant, but we finally got you some pants and got you some gas to last you back at home for a week from work. Ever since, we've always looked out for each other, and I loved you, lol. And I love you too. And like I said, I'm very hesitant when it comes to people doing stuff for me because, you never know how pure someone's intentions are, And I'm used to, obviously, I mean, I have help from two lovely people in my life, but other than that, I don't really accept anyone to help me because I have like too much pride. I don't allow anyone to help me. I always feel like I got it. I don't know. I think that's one of the one of the traits that I must change. That if someone wants to help me, I have to allow them to help me. But that's just how I am. Anyway, so yes. I do remember this. She really looked out for me. Until this day, we looked out for each other ever since then. If I remember, like, when she was working where I was working, we both were talking, and her and the other girl were talking, and somehow they mentioned something about us, how we are always talking and never doing work. I remember we both snapped at the same time, and we basically said that we do get our stuff done even if we talk. I do remember that. So we're constantly looking out for each other. Now, she has a boyfriend that she's been with a while, and obviously you guys know I've been with my boyfriend for a while. And one of my favorite memories, I must say, is well, actually I have two, but before when we met, excuse me, I'm like losing my train of thought. Anyway, so when we met, we had talked about, well, she had talked to me how her and her boyfriend were looking on double dating, like finding, now that I found this new job, find somebody that has a boyfriend so they can all go out. And I was telling her, I was like, oh yeah, and I was telling her how long my boyfriend and I have been dating. I'm like, and they should meet. Both agreed on that. And oh boy, when we when we were sitting there talking about the guys, she kept telling me what he didn't like about guys, and then I started telling her what he didn't like about guys, and what we thought, at least, and what they've told us. And so we finally agreed. What is it? One day I won this supposedly makeup, cake beat makeup on your face for my birthday type thing, and I could have invited, I think, 3 to 4 friends, and I invited 3 people. One couldn't come, and the other 2 was A and my boyfriend. My boyfriend went, and he just went because it was at a different place. We've never been there, for security and just making sure I would be okay. He just went with me. I remember before that, well, when we went to that, we went to that, and we really didn't get our face beat. It was all a lie. It literally was little samples. I mean, little samples like that of makeup. And at the end, she wanted us to buy stuff, and since we didn't buy stuff, she got mad and pretty much mean mugged us on the way out, which is crazy. Anyway, so then after that, she said she was hungry, or I think I said I was hungry. And she's like, we'll go out to eat. Mind you, I didn't have enough money to go out to eat, but I went anyway. And then her boyfriend met us up there. Yeah, because we drove. I ended up driving her up to where we're going to go eat. We went to Steak and Shake. And I tell you right now, it was a wonderful experience because our boyfriends ended up clicking really well. What is it? Who was it? Her boyfriend said, he's like, what did you guys think? Or like some type of pit bulls or something. And we wouldn't get along. And it wasn't that. It's just, we girls, we know how we get along. Like what we look for in a friendship. Now, we don't know how it works for guys. And I think that's what was making us nervous. But anyway, they clicked really well. And at the end of our talking for hours, I think we ended up talking for like 2 hours, 3 hours. After that, we went for ice cream, and then we went to the park and walked around. But her boyfriend ended up paying for all of our meals, which was extremely nice of him. Until this day, I consider him like one of my closest friends too. They're both just big blessings in my life, and I couldn't ask for anything or anyone better. But yeah, so that was one of my favorite memories. And then the other one, I could always talk about that another time since I'm already consuming enough time. Those are my I don't know. Those are story times of how I met my best friends. Um, like I said, really a best friend to me is someone that is willing to bend over backwards for you, and you will do the same. Someone that's willing to contribute enough, give you enough time, just as you will for them. Like everything correlates with one another. So that's what I believe a best friends are. Um, I don't have any sisters, so these girls are like my sisters to me. I said they are my sisters to me. God brought them into my life for a reason, and um, I will definitely be keeping them around for a long, long time. So I hope they know that. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Like I said, it wasn't very much. It wasn't um, anything fancy, nothing too much fun, but sitting here talking. A lot of you guys were saying, just sit down and talk to us about anything. I know, but I want to keep it interesting. I want to keep it fun. Nobody wants you to sit there and watch somebody talk, but I guess you guys do. So, I mean, let me know if you guys want to do another story time. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want me to add. Like I said, I'm really trying to focus on this channel. I'm really trying to do stuff productive on this channel. So don't forget to like, comment, and let me know any other story times that you guys want to do. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell, so that way you're notified every time I do anything or on the channel. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.